Yo, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how I make hard, smooth Florida beats for Lud Tyler and Hurricane Wisdom. So let's go.
AOX9. Carter went crazy on this one.
That's a little beat preview for you guys. So for the drums, it's pretty simple. Really, I just start with the snare. It's a basic snare. Uh, Throw it on the 3 and the 7. I have it as that normally for throughout the whole song, and then I have it like this, switch up. So other than that, it's pretty simple for the snare. For the hi-hat, you don't want to have it as a two-step hi-hat for these kind of beats. The rappers normally like it kind of spaced out so they have more room to rap. Also, pull the time knob all the way up, put the echoes to 4, and pull the feed up to 3%, so you can give it that delay kind of sound. So this is how it sounds. This is how it sounds. This is how it sounds with the loop too. So pretty similar to any other trap kind of beats, whether that be Florida beats. Uh, Most beats, have it on 3 and the 7, so nothing new there. And with the hi hat, just throw it on the 2-step, and then cut some out. I feel like the bass for it is this 3 hi hats in the beginning. So with that delay as well, it gives it that cool sound to it. So let's get into the perks. So most of these perks are pretty basic. These are basic Florida perks. This one's like the most important perk out of all of them. And then I have a snap here. This laser. I got this like secondary laser. And J-Dot type beats. I got a clav here. Another rim. Just a bunch of basic sounds. This click. And then I got a couple here that I don't know if I use these. Yeah, I don't think I use them. But with the perks, this is how it sounds. You want to keep the perks pretty simple, but space them throughout, because I feel like those keep the bounce and the groove of the beat going. Same thing with the hi-hats. You kind of want to match the perks with the hi-hats. Also do like call and responses. Like I have that as the call, and then towards the end I have this as the response. So just basic stuff like that. You don't need to go crazy with the perks, because then there's not going to be enough space for the rapper to rap. So I changed it up a couple times, like in this pattern. And here. But pretty similar every time. It's just varying so the artist can have more difference in the tracks. It's not the same perk hitting over and over every single time, because then it just gets too repetitive. So next, I'm going to show you guys the 808. It's probably the fundamental part of most trap beats. So for this 808, it's pretty basic. Just spins 808. I pull the out knob up about 30%. Boost it about 8%, so it hits harder. and then make sure you have put it on envelope, and then pull the hold up all the way. Pull everything else down except for the hold. Um, that's how I get it to hold for this long, or I can hit it for a second. And then to give it that punch in the beginning, pull every knob down except for the decay, pull the tension knob all the way up, and then pull the amount to about 39 to 40%. That's how you get that kick sound in the beginning, which it already has in the spins, but that just makes it hit even harder. So with that 808, this is how it sounds. Really, you just want to follow the root notes of the beat. If you don't know it, just put it in TuneBat. It'll tell you this one is D. So if I just pull this 808 up, I have it on D. Then when it switches back down 2 notes, I pull it back down to C. So pretty simple. You want to give gaps like this right here, so the artist has more time to rap. Um, Also, another key is to add a open hat with it to give it that punch as well. This one is pretty basic. I just pulled the volume to like 50%, pull the out knob up about 18 to 20%, just because this one was pretty long. Pull it up about 18%. And you add that on with the 808, and this is how it hits. So you want to space out the drums. You want to space out the 808 when you're listening to the track. So if you're listening, you just want to kind of create a groove. So every time that that chord hits, like you want to have the 808 hitting as well. Just rides the rhythm of the loop. Um, Other than that, pretty simple. That's really all there is with these drums. There's not that much that's different than any other trap. Uh, but if I play all these drums for you, this is how it sounds. So, pretty basic drums. I feel like the main takeaways is with the hi hat, you can put it on a 2 step, and then just delete some in between until you get this nice bounce that follows the rhythm of the melody. And then regular snare. Make sure you're adding a decent amount of perks in there that help create more space when there's no 808 hitting. Um, and other than that, pretty basic. Uh, just make sure your 808 is tuned and have it hitting um, along with the loop. That's really it. Pretty simple with the drums. So for my mix, it's really simple. My master, I just have a soft clipper, the threshold cranked all the way up. I didn't do anything with the post, and then I have an EQ here. I just boosted some of the highs because when I was listening with the 808, it was had some of the lows here were higher. The lows in the track were way louder than the highs, so boost that up. Give more room for the whole song, highs and the lows, to hit. For the melody, I just threw on an EQ, cut out the lows so it doesn't clash with the 808. And then I just put on a reverb on it's the default setting. Put it down to 65%. All of the rims, you want to pull them down uh, with the EQ in just the built-in EQ in FL. Just put them all in mono because you don't want to have one that's slightly panned to the other side. That can get annoying. Really, there's nothing on here. These are really simple beats. Just pull everything into mono. Same thing with your 808. Pull that to mono. I put a soft clipper on mine. Pull the threshold all the way up, and then put your post gain to right where it sounds pretty good, but it's also not super distorted. And then I have this basic distortion on here. There's nothing much. It's just a bit edited from the normal one because if you just put a fast dist on here, it's gonna sound insane. It's just gonna be really distorted. So if you want to copy my settings here, this adds a good distortion to it. So for the EQ I put on here, I just boosted some of the lows at about 200 hertz, and I boosted some of the mids at about 1600 hertz. So pretty simple. I don't like to add crazy amount of effects to these kind of beats. I really just leave some open space and smooth hitting drums for the artist to rap on them. So really basic mixing, just soft clipper and EQ on the master, and I got a distortion, soft clipper, and an EQ on the 808. So ace with that. For the arrangement, I just like to have the drums hit immediately. Right before it hits, right here, I just took out the hi-hats. Um, yeah, and then I just do a 16 bar. I do a 16 bar hook, and then I add this little bridge in here. That's just a loop, so the artist has time to rap, where it's just his vocals, and then you pull the drums back in. The beginning of the verse, 24 bar verse. Um, Take out the hi hats. You pull the mech in after that. You really just wanted to hit throughout the whole song, and then towards the end here, I just uh, cut a part of it so it's more intense on the drop, and then I just pulled the little automation clip with the volume. Just pulled it down towards the ending, so it just pulls down. But other than that, these are really simple beats, but they're fun to make, and they hit hard. So yeah, for more tutorials like this, like and subscribe. I'll be back with the next one pretty soon for Boss Mandilo slash Detroit slash Florida type beat next. So appreciate you for tapping in. This is Crazy Carter. Peace.